This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global via Zoom from Houston, Texas. I'm joined by Amo Williams. How you holding up, Amo?
Man, I'm doing good. It's a crazy time, not only just with myself, but with the whole quarantine and the coronavirus and things like that. So I'm just finding a way to get through this. I know it's a challenging time for everybody, and I'm just getting through just like everybody else.
Amo, the world's been talking about you recently, obviously, after that, let's say, controversial video you put up and then you took down. Let me firstly ask you this. You didn't put that out on purpose to get this reaction because everyone's talking about you now, Amo. Was that on purpose?
Absolutely not. I knew that it would get a reaction. That reaction, I didn't expect. But you know what? It's turning out into a positive for me in my career. The first thing I want to say about that is it reminded me who I am. You know what I mean? In this quarantine, I think we've been away from boxing so long. I kind of went back to the mentality that I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. This is what I want to do. This is the foundation of who I am. This is why everybody knows me, is because of my fighting. You know what I mean? And also, too, as everybody knows, the base of my story and why it's such a beautiful story is that it's so fast. I've only been boxing for 4 years, and we all know where the average person who's boxing for 4 years would be. And it would not be signed by one of the biggest companies in the world. It would not be renowned as a future world champion. It would not be renowned as one of the hottest prospects in the world. This is something new, and this is something that I had to realize. This is really how I'm viewed by the public, as one of the hottest prospects in the world. No matter if I only have 5 fights, 3 fights, 4 fights, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm portrayed as. And, I just kind of forgot about that as everything slowed down. And I just went back to the fact that I am still learning. You know what I mean? And since I am still learning and I'm making such huge leaps in the gym, I'm still that fighter that's excited about it. Like, I can do these new things and my body is forming into a true boxer's body. And now I'm touching my man strength. And now, all of these things got me extremely excited, to the point where, I was in the ring with a guy who was sparring the other professionals in the gym and having a great time. There was no problems. And then when I got in the ring with him and I did what I did to him, I was just like, wow, everything that I've been working on in the quarantine, everything that I've been working on through dance, that y'all all have seen me do, through the capoeira that y'all all have seen me do, all of these different ideas that I had are coming together, and the style that I wanted to create is coming. So that was my first sparring session off of, 1 second, I got a call. That was my first sparring session off of quarantine. And I was very excited about it because everybody knew, I was telling everybody, man, I'm doing something different. Y'all gonna see something different when I get back. And the sparring session surfaced and it looked how I wanted it to look. And I felt that I took it easy on the kid because I walked off. If you can see in the video, I walked off of him. There was times where I could have hit him. I lightened up my shots, but I just showed that I can, hit the kid with whatever shot I wanted to. And it just backfired on me. And as I said before in the other video where I did, say my apology, I said, now that I'm out of the heat of the situation and I can look back on the situation without my excitement of what I've achieved, I said, you know what? I see what people are saying. You know what? Let me take the video down, apologize to the kid, because it's not about the kid. It was nothing about the kid. It was about me actually entertaining you guys in such a drought time and such a slow time. It was just like, look at what I'm delivering to y'all. You know what I mean? That was my whole purpose, was to say, guys, look, this is something new. Ammo has evolved once again. Check it out, And I thought I was going to do something great that the fans were going to love and gravitate towards, and it just turned against me. But actually, I've talked to some of the PRs from my promotional company, and they told me, look, right now it's a quarantine time. The news, everybody's trying to latch on to something because we're in a drought. You know what I mean? And the same thing that probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal in January is now a huge deal in May, because we don't have the same surplus of news that we are used to having. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense, because if you go through my Instagram, I haven't deleted anything else. You can go down to the beginning of Ammo, before I was a pro, and you can see that I've been doing this. I've been doing the same thing in sparring, and people loved it. Some people didn't like it, but at the end of the day, it was accepted, and everybody knew me as a guy that you may see a knockout not only from his fights, but you may see one in sparring. That's just who Ammo is. That's the base of him. He's more so of an exciting fighter, explosive fighter than like a technical point getting type style of fighter. And you know, if you go down the list and you just look at Ammo, you'll see all types of videos like that. I mean, I've been posting videos like that since an amateur. But I think just the whole mixture of one, me actually getting better and the style looking as brutal as I want it to look, and two, being in a quarantine where people are more sensitive and not getting as much news as they normally do. I think those things just collided and made this thing just get blown completely out of proportion. And at the end of the day, I think everybody understood my genuine apology and why I understand that, you know, it may have come off completely wrong and it may have been misconceived and really, you know, didn't show who I am as a person. But, you know, at the end of the day, it was for you. It was for me to entertain you guys because I'm a fighter. You know, I signed up to fight. What I do is brutal. People actually lose their lives in the ring, okay? This is not being a doctor, a lawyer, accountant, anything like that. Fighting is seriously a brutal, it's war. It's war. You know, that's what it is. And I just embodied that in this time. And I had to just realize, like I said, I'm more than a fighter in the eyes of the public. People get inspiration from me every single day. People hold me up on a pedestal as far as character and things like that, which they should. And it just was something that was a shocker for the world. So I understand it. I completely get it.
2 points I'll pick up on. I think you're completely right. Any news in boxing at the moment is going to go up in sort of volumes, you know, than it would normally because we've got nothing to talk about. And secondly, it's good that you pointed out that he spars other pros and stuff like that in the gym because from just the video itself, someone going on their timeline and just seeing that video, as you've deleted it, so you can see why people would think perhaps he's a novice and you're just taking a complete beating out on him, kind of a bully approach. But so when you spar him, like the other rounds, etc., when you were sparring him before, was that the case? Was he so fatigued then, etc., or did you make him that fatigued just for that particular round?
I really don't want to speak on spar too much because I feel like we are past that. But I will say that we all were working. It was more than just me and the kid working. Everybody was working. And like I said before, he sparred with other guys and had a great time with them. It was no problem. With me, of course, I am a different level fighter. You know, everybody knows that. I've been in a ring with world champions, countless Olympians. You know, I make a lot of guys look less than what they actually are just because of the experience that I have. Most fighters in the gym with me, I have that effect on them as well, but everybody takes it in stride, and they also are excited to spar with me because they know the experience that they're taking from sparring with me, an experienced guy. So it was normal. I mean, I spar with everybody the same. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm pit-pat sparring with him and then I'm going crazy hard with another guy because he's hard. No, if you spar with me, everybody in the gym knows what I'm bringing to the table. I want to be the greatest fighter alive. I want to be the greatest fighter to ever step in the ring. So it's a certain type of energy that I bring to the ring every time. As you guys can see through countless sparring session videos that I have, it's not an on and off switch for me. I'm literally working on what I need to work on every time I step in the ring because at the end of the day, sparring is very risky, just like fighting. If I let my guard down and go light or overly light or whatever, I can get hurt. You know, I can let my guard down and take it too light and get hit with the right shot and get my jaw broke. Or, you know, whatever. You know, I can have my arms a little too loose and get hit with a shot and hurt my elbow. So I always go into the ring, you know, with the understanding of what can happen to me. And I do hurt guys a lot. But as you see in my videos, I hurt guys and then I stop. I don't get myself used to not hurting people because at the end of the day, if I practice not hurting guys, that's going to translate into the fights, which is going to turn me into a non-exciting fighter, which is going to make my numbers and my hype go down. And that's not something that I'm allowed to do, especially not with the, with the position that I am in. I am a new fighter. Everybody should just sit back and realize I'm a new fighter with the world coming after me. It's thousands of boxers who wish they were in my position that I'm in with Matchroom Boxing, fighting in Madison Square Garden in Miami on some of the biggest shows ever. Anthony Joshua Cars fighting in LA, fighting in the United Kingdom in my fourth fight. A lot of fighters wish that they could have that. And when fighters get the call to fight me, their idea is, I want to trade places with him. I'm going to train harder to beat this guy because I can take his spot from him. And we all know that boxing is a change overnight type of sport. Just like it, I got a world eruption from a video, as an entertainer, boxing can change overnight. So I can't let my guard down as much as even other boxers can. Because people come at me different than they come at other people. Even when cameras are out, when I'm sparring and stuff, I have to have my guard up. Because say the kid did the same thing to me that I did to him. Now, instead of people saying, oh, Ammo's a bully, they'll be saying Ammo's a bum. He shouldn't be signed. He should be dropped. He's not as good as we say we are, blah, 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 things like that. So if you just think about the situation I'm in, the unique situation I'm in, then a lot of people will understand, how I have to kind of carry myself a lot differently. Because even for a 5-0 fighter to have world erupting news and blogs going crazy around the world and all over the internet, that's not normal for a 5-0 fighter. Most 5-0 fighters around the world, we don't even know their names. You know what I'm saying? So the spar was just a normal day sparring. It was just, like I said, he's not the only fighter that I do things like that to, and you can tell by the whole attitude of my gym. If you look at the video, because it's still up, you can search it. If you look at the attitude of my gym, everybody's kind of in a normal state. And the reason why the people around aren't erupting and saying, stop it, stop the sparring, is because, one, they know I'm not going to hurt the kid. I've been in enough situations where I could have hurt people and didn't, that I know how to not hurt my sparring partner. That's number one. Number two, everybody knows when Ammo's in the ring, he's working on something that we might not understand at this point, but it works. So a lot of people got, stop criticizing as hard. People still tell me what to do. My coaches still give me pointers, but they allow me to work because they know at the end of the day, no matter how brutal it looks and things like that, I'm working safely with my partner. My sparring partner walked out healthy and happy at the end of the day because me and him talked. We had a great conversation. And that's just what it is, A lot of people can jump in and feel like they know everything about the situation, but in reality, you don't really know what's going on. And that's the double-edged sword of social media. People can kind of just tune into your life right at that time and just judge you as if they've known you your whole career. And that's just another lesson that I've learned. So that's all I can say about the sport.
What did your people around you that are closest, your family and friends in Houston, and also your promoter Eddie Hearn, say to you about this?
The people closest to me, like I said before, they've known me my entire career. They've known me since I started boxing at 19, and I've done things like that from the jump. I got signed literally to Matchroom Boxing because of all my knockouts, not only in fights but in sparring. That's what created buzz for myself. So this is things that they already knew about me. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about it is, like, the fans and stuff that came out and said, hey, I don't like Ammo, or I'm not a fan of Ammo. These are not people who have ever interacted with me before. Every last one of these people are people that I've never heard of. I've never seen them comment on a video after me win a fight. I've never seen them comment on a video of me working out hard. I've never seen them comment on a video of me saying my inspirational speeches. I've never seen these people ever. And then now they jump onto the wagon of the Ammo hate train and they say, oh, I'm not a fan. He's a bully, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, they don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get a big backlash or bad backlash from anybody that I know, not even my promotional company or my management company. My management company told me, you know what, it's probably best that you put out an apology just because of the state that people are in, but not because this is something out of the ordinary. You know, it's just a weird time. It's a weird coronavirus time. And I got some good advice, but other than that, I just received a lot of love from my real fans, family and friends, and promotional team and management team. And I just got a couple tips and pointers. But other than that, I didn't get scolded. No one got mad at me. I didn't get my career threatened at all or anything like that. It was just, hey, you got to get through this. This is how the community is. This is how people are. You know, when they see that you can kick somebody while they're down, they're definitely going to. That's just the way of people. And I understand. So it's not a big deal. That's how my close people handled the situation.
What about Eddie Hearn? Have you spoke to him recently, a promoter?
I spoke to Eddie Hearn. I basically just told Eddie Hearn, look, I know this is a crazy time, but truly I've got better in the gym. And, you know, there's a couple of fighters calling me out, and I'm actually truly ready to fight them. As you seen him say in his Instagram live, I sent him a text and I told him, hey, I'm ready to fight Anthony Fowler now. I'm ready to beat him now. That's the type of, I've always been on the fast track. I was the #1 amateur in the United States when I was only boxing for 1 year and 6 months. Open elite, not youth, not novice, anything like that. USA boxing #1 in the world at 1 year and 6 months, and that's because I thrive off taking risks. I thrive off being in fights that I'm not supposed to be in the eyes of the public. I thrive off things like that, and I never let myself down. So a fight with Anthony Fowler will actually put me back on the same track I was on in my amateur career. And I told Eddie Hearn that I said, look, fighting guys who have a bit of skill and they follow the fundamentals pretty closely and things like that, that's actually an easier fight for myself because it's an easier pattern to read. I fight a lot of guys now who aren't the greatest in skills and things like that. And they're also just, most of them coming in and just kind of improvising, you know what I'm saying? The last guy I fought had 50 MMA fights and more boxing fights than me. So he's a survivor. He knows how to win. He knows how to move his body in weird ways to get out of trouble and things like that. He doesn't follow the fundamentals too closely. And it's actually harder to train for a fighter like that than a fighter who's textbook. So I told Eddie, you know, I'm ready. One, not only do I not like the guy because he's a guy who tried to kick me while I was down, I truly watch him, and I think that he's a very basic fighter. You know what I'm saying? And I can beat him, and I can beat him convincingly now and put my career back on the same track as the amateurs. And he agreed, and 2021, the fight should happen. So that's the best thing that actually came out of this, being able to still communicate with Eddie Hearn and him still seeing the spark within me. And not only that, I think even the video that I posted up is still communicating to my promotional company, communicating to my management company that I'm ready to go. I'm not a fighter that's sitting back doing push-up challenges and 2-mile challenges for Instagram. I really have been working. I've been working cerebrally. I've been working mentally, physically, emotionally, every way there is to work. I've been increasing my game, and it's going to show. And videos like that, and videos like my training video, all of those types of things is showing Eddie, without having to speak to him directly, that I'm making leaps. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for bigger fights and things like that. So to be able to get my career back on the same fast track as my amateur career and put me back in that realm of top level fighters, that was the best thing that could have possibly happened from this. That was probably the greatest positive that came from such a negative experience for myself.
Billy Joe Saunders had a lot to say about you as well on social media, but Billy's so far in his career, surely that's not realistic next, Emma.
Exactly. Billy Joe, I think he's just trying to get himself out of the doghouse, you know, by kicking people while they're down or targeting young fighters who make mistakes and stuff. He's 30 now. He's been fighting for forever. Billy Joe right now is not nowhere near at the top of my hit list, realistically. But when I do collect the belt, he will be the first person I call out, and I'm gonna call him out intensely. I'm gonna make sure that fight happens. Fight Anthony Fowler. I'm gunning for him. I want to knock him out cold in his career. I want to just terrorize him. I want to destroy him in the ring and treat him brutally in the ring because I have no respect for him. I don't like him. He has no class as a human being. And when I fight him, it's definitely going to be more than just I want to take a belt from you. I really want to hurt that guy. So,
all right, Amma, just lastly, you think you're going to return to the UK next year? Fight here?
Definitely. You know what? The blogs and things like that, they make it seem like I'm a hated guy. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at a lot of those blogs, they really know nothing about me. And they make it seem like I'm hated in the UK or something for some reason. But they just trying to get numbers on their blogs. They just looking at the next best story. A week from now, they'll find another story and try to blow it up. So it's not a big deal. I've received endless love from guys from the UK that's been following my career. And they understand me and they let me know, like, you're still welcome here. We love Mo. We want to see you fight. Thank you for the apology. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for this. You're a rock star. You're a great fighter, stuff like that. I can go through my DMs, for minutes and see all types of love from the UK. So I'm definitely still going to the UK and gonna put on shows for you guys. And I definitely want to fight in Newcastle and things like that. The craziest thing about it is the whole Anthony Fowler situation. Literally, more people from the UK are on my side than with him. So it's like, what? You know what I mean? It just, those are little friendly reminders to myself that the world is the world. People are going to be people. If they can find somebody to kick while they're down without doing any research, but just, want to get a little kick out the day and feel good, they're going to do that. And, I forgive everybody who has sent hate messages or whatever. I forgive them because I realize that, just like me going through something in quarantine and clinging on to, something a little too hard, they might just be clinging on to this whole situation a little too hard. So I understand that, and in a human perspective, that even the people who, said some terrible things to me and things like that, they're going through the same thing I'm going through, and I forgive them and I don't take it personal. And I know a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, 2 years from now, when I'm a world champion, the same people who are probably talking a lot of crap or saying some mean crap in my DMs will probably be supporting Ammo. You know what I mean? And I won't have any hard feelings towards them. So, yes, I will be back in the UK as soon as possible. As soon as all this quarantine stuff clears up, I'll be back because I love my UK fans, man. That's about half of my fan base. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely love my United States fan base. And I want to continue to grow both collectively. And I hope everybody takes the chance to, really sit down and get to know Ammo, because if you look at all of my speeches, you look at all my post-fight, speeches and things like that, I'm here to inspire, man. I'm here to show people that they can do anything they want to do. I'm here to show people that the world is limitless. Don't put yourself in a box. Don't let anybody tell you that your dreams are unachievable. Let me be the example by going out and risking my life and fighting and doing something you don't have to do, so that I can be a great example to you, for you to go ahead and do some amazing things in life and believe in yourself and understand nothing is impossible. And everybody that knows me knows that is what I preach over and over and over again. I'm not in this for just personal gain. I'm in this to change the world in a magnificent way. And everybody who's been keeping up with Ammo knows that. And if you let a 30-second clip of me sparring make you hate me, then that's fine. You're just not going to get the message that I'm actually trying to give to you. And that's that you can do anything, man. Put your mind to something, you can get it done.
Ammo, good speaking to you today, man. Keep yourself safe for the rest of lockdown. Hopefully see you back in the UK next year, as we said, all right? Thanks for talking to IFL TV.
Thank you, UMAR. And I want to give a shout out to my guy, Andrew McCartney. That's my guy, man. I love him. I met him down in Dallas. Yeah, I met him in Dallas, and we got to know each other real well. So shout out to you, man. You're an awesome guy. I want to also give a shout out to all of my supporters. You know, I want to give a shout out to everybody who stayed true and really gave me some real love and support, great words and motivation in a time like this where I'm sure y'all can see that this was a hard time. You know, thank you guys for that. I appreciate that. That showed me that there is hope in humanity and not everybody's the same. You know, and thank you to my team for sticking by me. Thank you to Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing for sticking by me in the situation. Thank you so much to my management team, Pete Berg, Sam Katkowski. I appreciate you guys for all the tips and pointers, and thank you for standing by me. Thank you to the fans, man. Thank you to everybody. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Amo. Speak soon, all right?
All right. Peace, Omar.